Here we are again. It's the truth. Just go over a couple things. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. Uh, this one here, where I guess Trump is putting sanctions on trade right now, and everybody seems to be in an uproar over it. My feeling on it is we've been getting screwed for years by our foreign partners. We got the last mix of the deal, or the bottom scraping of the bowl out there. That's why we're so much in debt in this country. People don't realize that we depend a lot on trade and bringing stuff in and taking stuff out, selling it, the stuff that we have here. That's why we can't. A lot of products nowadays can't be said to be, American made. Even our American vehicles are made in other countries. Ford does it, GM does it. Chrysler is owned by Fiat, so they're owned by a foreign company. Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch, they stout themselves as being an American-made company. Yeah, it might be brewed mostly here, but they're owned by a foreign entity, a company called Bevmo. So a lot of things we do are foreign out, foreign in. So why should we continue to get screwed? These people can bring whatever vehicles and trade to this country in any droves that they want at a low tariff rate and sell it here. But it's not even or fair going across. We're limited to what we can sell in other countries and how many, what quantities. Even opening up restaurants, we have to be mandated by how many we can have there, what type of foods we serve there, pricing for it. So it's all laid out for us. But here, we're free. You just come here, open up business, rake in the cash, pay low tax rate for it, and you're fine and dandy to go. All parties are against it, I guess, because a lot of these guys get kickbacks from these companies. Companies give the government money and say, you know what, you let us pass by this, let us pass this, let this go on, and here's a little cash for you, and it goes in their pockets mostly. It goes to their, their what they call their funds for when they run for election, re-election, and as you can see in a lot of the news articles, a lot of these guys are using the money as personal stuff. They're not supposed to be doing it, but now some of them are starting to get caught. But if you notice little by little that, yeah, they got caught, but it kind of gets brushed under the rug somewhere, and you kind of forget about it. No one says anything about it, so it kind of goes away, out of sight, out of mind. That they keep it going for you. I believe that Trump is trying to do a lot better for this country. I think some of the things that he says or does may come over in the wrong way. He might take offense to it. One, maybe because you're too sensitive as people. Everybody seems to be sensitive about every damn thing that's out there. You can't say anything about what race or any comment out there. It's that's offensive. Get rid of him. I understand the whole Roseanne Barr thing. She's a fool as it is, and I really don't understand why they got her back on the air. It's almost like bringing Archie Bunker back to television, as racist as that was the day. But people asked for it. People are still asking for it. People are upset that it's gone. So some of the stuff can be tolerated out there by some people. I wouldn't be surprised that the show comes back on the air because, popular demand, the people are going to make money. People do forget about things, enough apologies, enough time away. People, tend to forget, and things start to go round in a circle again. Now, we're talking about racist. This lady here, I guess she made some sort of offensive women comment against Ivanka Trump, I guess Donald Trump's daughter, and now they're asking for her to get kicked off the air. I guess freedom of speech only goes so far as we go. The media can do it all they want. They can trash and lie and BS about things they say about any politician, Trump. Any one of them out there, Bonner, at the time they were making comments. I guess they can get away with it, but people can't have their true comments out there or say any kind of remarks without people getting an uproar and want to pull you off the air or pull you out. Then people, you guys make the same comments. You might not realize and you might not want to admit to it, but you guys make the same comments, have the same thoughts that people have who express them out there, and that's what I understand freedom of speech is one thing, but a lot of the races go around and say a lot of offensive things about each other, but no one says nothing about that. It's a little, it's okay, they're a little pissed off about this and that. But when something else is said out there about something you're offensive about, oh, let's hang them, let's put them to the coals, let's kick them out of there. You know, people need to relax. Just relax, enjoy life, and you know, enjoy the freedoms you have. You can be in worse places in this world right now where you wouldn't be able to say anything, do anything, be under the restricted, you know, of the country. No, no, you know, you can't spit on the floor, you can't eat this food, you have to work here, you have to do this. You know, if you want that kind of life, then leave. You know, go somewhere else. Go somewhere else where you feel that you're going to get more rights. But I guarantee you don't, because everybody seems to be flocking here to the United States because of our freedoms and of speech, our freedom to do things, the will to be able to become a pauper and become rich. So if you want to give that up, that's a problem. Go, leave. Go to Canada. Go to China. Go to Africa. Wherever the hell you want to go, just go. We don't need people like you here. I have enough said about that. So this is another topic that's kind of burns holes in your head. Millennials. This guy, 30 years old. I understand you go on hard times and all that stuff, but at some point you need to be able to support yourself. I had a comment about this yesterday. I understand that kids are having issues nowadays, but when you're sitting there and you're not doing anything to benefit or help yourself, then that's not a good thing. You need to be able to lift yourself up and do something and be able to elevate yourself somewhere else other than where you are. You know, this guy didn't even want to get a job. He said he did, but he didn't. He doesn't want to leave his mother's house or his father's house. Then he does want to leave the house, or he was trying to leave the house, or he going to a custody battle. I don't know why he went to a custody battle. Probably because he's lazy. He's probably sitting on his ass, scrubbing his balls all day, playing games all day, not wanting to get a job or support. Now all of a sudden he's supposed to be, you know, a paupered father where he's concerned about getting his kid back. If that was an issue before, you've been fighting a little harder to get your kid back. It costs money to get a lawyer. So that means, one, you have to have a job. So if you're not willing to get a job and get up and do what you need to do for yourself, then who are you helping? You know, you're not helping yourself, you're not helping your kid. Stop blaming on somebody else. Get out, get a job, and you'll be fine. I'm glad that the company or the person reached out to him and, you know, job and training. Let's see how long it lasts before he kicks back into his old ways of being a lazy guy. Because that's this millennials seem to have an up and down to what they want to do. They seem to be more privileged and more thinking that they're owed something in life. No one's owed anything. I understand that, you know, you brought up in a certain time in a certain way, but no one's owed anything. You need to get up and take care of yourself. I understand that you feel that way. Sorry, you don't get it like that. Everybody has to work. Everybody needs a job unless you make tons of money and you don't have to work and you'll be able to sit on your crack all day. But until then, you need to get a job and continue to work. This guy here, you know, like I said before, I don't understand why people are in uproar. This is a tough subject for me because I've been waiting for someone to be able to defend this country through our financial woes that are out there. Keep us going, get us back in the game, help us have a fair foot that's out there right now. Other than this, there's one more topic that I was looking at, and I know I had a discussion on it before about talking to your kids and, you know, finding out what's going on with them and, you know, making sure they're okay and they don't do anything crazy. So I read an article today, and it was about when you look at the young people nowadays, or even older people, the first thing you see is their face in the phone. You know, if you're walking toward them and they're not in there, then all of a sudden the phone goes up like they're looking at something or they're doing something. There's certain things that you need in life, and social skills is one of them. If your means of social with people is through a text on your phone or app or tweet or sending out, going to Reddit or putting a video out, then that's never a good thing. You need to socialize. It gives you skills to be able to communicate with people, be able to handle being around different people, not being nervous and shy around it. Getting ahead in life is not something that you can be shy at unless you're, you know, electronic guy who fixes things, that's very intelligent, that you stick in a room and just throw stuff through the door and you fix it and it comes out the other side. If that's not the kind of person you are, then you need to be able to socialize, just a communication factor, to be able to intelligently and articulate and talk to people with common sense, instead of being a moron and going through texting, and that's your means of communication. Oh, I'm breaking up with you, let me text you. Or you want to go out to dinner, I'll text you this. Even here in my house, my kids text me and I'm in the next room. My wife texts me from the couch and I can see her, for Christ's sake, from where I'm at. It becomes too much of a norm now to be able to not communicate, but to easy just to text and wait for someone to respond. If I'm gonna text this guy, ask him this and that, if he doesn't respond, then it's no, then that's good and all that. But stop. Learn how to talk to somebody. Go up to them and have a conversation, even if it's for a minute or so. As long as it's a conversation that you can talk to each other. Read a book. Then you have something to talk about. Read a book before a movie. Then you be able to do the comparison. Keep your brain going. That's why we have so many issues with people being, obese and lazy and not having any energy. You need to keep yourself focused and going. Keeping your body moving and your brain going keeps you healthy and keeps your mind sharp. There's a lot of diseases out there now, and one of the common ones is Alzheimer's disease. And one of the things that I read about you can do is continuously tease your mind. Think about stuff, remember different things. If you can remember so far, try to remember a little more. Read a book. Talk to people is one. Exercise another one. Gets the blood flowing. Get your thinking. Because when you're hiking or walking or swimming, that's the thing of focus right there. You're not gonna sit there and ride a motorcycle and not be focused, because 1 second eyes off the road, splat. You're inside of someone's car or under the truck, or getting creamed by a bus somewhere. So keep focused. Keep your mind moving. Get up off your lazy ass. Exercise. And go talk to somebody, and maybe things that make you feel a lot better when you talk to people. Good night.